Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tyron'e Southern's Cooking back at you today with another video. Alright, today what we're going to be doing some shrimps and grits. And we're going to start off with 2 cups of chicken broth that we're going to put in that water, and we're going to bring it to a boil. We're going to bring this into a boil. When it comes to a boil, we got 1 cup of grits, instant grits. These are the grits that we're using here, quick grits. And we got 1 cup of it. So when it comes to a boil, we're going to go ahead and get our grits going first. And then we're going to jump on our shrimps. And so what we got going with our shrimps, we got smoked sausage, shrimp. We got, for our season, we're using sazon. We're using parsley, smoked paprika, garlic, minced, Tyron'e creole, soy sauce, and we're gonna use some. We're gonna mix it. We're gonna thicken up our gravy, make like a gravy with some. We're gonna put some cornstarch. We got that mixed with some chicken broth as well, and we also have some evaporation milk that we're gonna use for our grits. So we're gonna put that in with when our grits get done. Then we'll put that in there. That bring it, give it a little more flavor. So, stay tuned, we'll be back. Okay, our chicken broth has came to a boil. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our whisk. We're gonna pour a little bit in. And we're gonna whisk it. We wanna continue to whisk it because you don't want the grits to start sticking. So that's why you want to whisk it as you put the grits in. Like that there. Just like that there. We started out with 2 cups of chicken broth. We're going to have to add some more. Just a little bit more in. Turn our stove down. No, I ain't gonna go in with no more chicken broth. I'm gonna go in with the carnation milk. So I'm gonna put a lid on this in right now because it's popping all over the place. No, I ain't gonna use no more chicken broth. Just 2 cups of chicken broth, and I'm gonna use the rest in evaporation milk. Let that simmer a little bit. Now we're gonna get started on our other ingredients. We got a little olive oil we're gonna add in our pan here. Just a little bit. Keep an eye on your grits. Now we're gonna add some milk in. Just like that. It's kind of thick. So what we're gonna do, grits are real thick, so we're gonna add a little bit more. We're just gonna put a little bit more chicken broth in. So we're gonna add enough chicken just to bring it, to loosen it up a little bit. So you use your judgment on that. I started off with 2 cups of chicken broth. But I want to loosen it up a little bit. So I'm cooking grits for a few other people this morning. My measurements of my grits don't usually be a cup of grits. I usually use a half a cup of grits. So I'm using a little more ingredients than I normally use when I cook my grits. So the measurements is a little off, but that's all right. I can handle it. So we're gonna let this simmer right here. Got that situated. Now let's get started. We're gonna go ahead and put our sausage. We cut up some sausage. Gonna let these here saute a little bit. Saute a little bit. We're gonna let these sausages here brown up a little bit, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these sausages out and put them in a bowl and we're gonna come back and put them back in later. We just want to get them cooked right now at the time. And what we're gonna do, we ain't gonna take it, we're gonna leave it just taking the sausages out. We're gonna put them in a bowl. Then we're gonna come along. We're gonna add us some mixed garlic. And let that cook a little bit, and then we're gonna add us some onions in there. So I'm gonna set this off to the side so I don't want it direct on the heat right now. So now I got me some mixed garlic that I'm also finna put in this frying pan. Put about 2 tablespoons of mixed garlic in here. So now we're gonna put that back on the stove. We're gonna let that fry just a little bit, turn the stove down till it get like a little brownish looking color. Then we're gonna put our onions in. We got a half an onion that we cut up. Like a little golden brownish, like it's getting now. Then we're gonna come along, we're gonna put our onions in. The juices from the water from the onions is gonna kind of stop the garlic from cooking a little bit. We're gonna add us a little butter with this. Add us a little butter with this right here. So our grits, check on my grits. Some people use water when they cook their grits too. So everybody cook grits differently. So you cook your grits the way you like to cook your grits. I mean, you don't have to use evaporation milk, or you can just use straight water. Straight water, cook your grits. Or you can put whole milk in your grits. Turn the stove up a little bit so it can cook a little. So now we're getting our onions coming to. So now what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and add our shrimps. Add our shrimps in. We leave the tail on the shrimps. You don't have to leave the tail on the shrimps if you don't want to. we did. So now what we're gonna do, go ahead and put a little Saison on this right here. Sprinkle a little bit of this here on there. I also give it color as well. And then we're gonna come along, we're gonna put some Creole. Sprinkle some Creole on it. Smoked paprika. Gonna let that fry, then we're gonna flip it. Check on my grits. Good texture on the grits. Real good texture on the grits. Now what we're going to do, we're going to flip these over. Flip them over. That butter that I put in there, got that, will have a lot of butter flavor in this here. So we're going to flip them over, flip them all over. Got them all flipped over. Now we're going to come along, let these cook down a little bit. Then we're going to put our sausage back in. Let them cook down for a couple more minutes. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to take these shrimps out. We're going to take these shrimps out. Then we're going to come along, we're going to make this right here a little thicker. With some cornstarch. We'll go ahead and take these out for a minute. Then we're going to come back and put the shrimps and the sausage back in together. After we get our gravy. Pot hot. And set that to the side. Get us a little cornstarch. Stir that in. Let that cook up a little bit. Then we're going to put us a little cheese in our grits over here in a minute. Got some cheddar cheese that we're going to put in there. Let this one thicken up a little bit. We'll be back. We're going to put a little dab of Worcestershire sauce in here. Just a little dab. About a teaspoon. gonna come along, we're gonna put a little more chicken broth. Like a nice little, put a little bit more in there, turn the stove down some. A little bit more in there. Yeah. Got a good color to it. Turn that stove down on low, and then we're gonna put our meat back in, our shrimps. And put our shrimps back in. We're gonna put our sausage back in. All that back in. Yeah. Now we're gonna put us some cheese on our grits. We got sharp cheddar cheese over here. Cheese on the grits. Get our whisk. Put a little bit more chicken broth in there to loosen them up a little bit. And there we go. Yes, sir. Grits. That's what we're looking for right there. Our shrimp and grits. This is what the sauce look like. Turn that sun coming in here. Take them off the fire. We're gonna add just a little bit of lemon juice with this one too. Just a little bit of lemon juice. Just a little bit of lemon juice and stir that up. And that's what we got right there, ladies and gentlemen. We got our grits. We got our grits right here. That's what we got with our grits. So we're gonna sit in here and fix us a dish and see what we got, see what we got what we put together. All right, here's our shrimps and grits. We're gonna put a little parsley on them. A little parsley on them. Just like that there. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Put a thumbs up, ring the bell for you to be notified. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great day. Peace.